Welcome back. Today we're diving deep into the world of UK coin collecting as we explore the top 7 most valuable 2p coins. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting your numismatic journey, these coins are sure to catch your attention, not only for their history but also for their impressive auction values. Let's get started. First up, the United Kingdom 2p coin from the year 1988, specifically one found in rusty, heavily circulated condition. While this coin is common in everyday life, collectors often ask, does a rusty or damaged 1988 2p still hold any value? Could it be rare? And what does it sell for in today's auction markets? In this video, we'll uncover its historical importance, design features, rarity, collector demand, and actual market value in US dollars. So stay tuned as we break everything down in clear and informative detail. The United Kingdom 2p coin was first introduced in 1971 during decimalization, replacing the old pre-decimal system. By 1988, the coin had already been in circulation for over 17 years and had become a standard part of everyday transactions. The 1988 issue belongs to the original bronze series, minted before the switch to copper-plated steel in 1992. This era is important because bronze coins tend to age differently, often developing patina, tarnish, or even rust-like corrosion when exposed to moisture or environmental elements. Although the 1988 mintage was high, the year remains part of the classic decimal collection that many enthusiasts enjoy completing. Understanding the background helps us appreciate why collectors look at even the most ordinary years when assessing the condition and history of each piece. The 1988 2p coin carries the third portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Raphael McLouth. This portrait features the Queen wearing the George IV state diadem, a crown that adds elegance and regal detail to the design. The reverse showcases the iconic badge of the Prince of Wales, feathers rising from a coronet with the motto ICHDN, meaning I serve. Struck in bronze and measuring 25.9 millimeters in diameter, the coin has a distinctive reddish-brown tone when clean, but can appear much darker or rusty after years of circulation. While the design remained consistent for many years, collectors often appreciate the subtle differences in strike quality, metal tone, and where patterns unique to each individual coin. In general, the 1988 2p coin is not considered rare in standard circulated condition. However, the level of damage such as rust, corrosion, and deep discoloration can drastically affect its desirability. Most collectors prefer coins in fine, very fine, or even uncirculated grades, which limits demand for rusty or heavily worn examples. Corrosion can obscure design details and reduce overall eye appeal, making the coin less attractive for numismatic purposes. That said, there is a niche group of beginners, bulk collectors, and hobbyists who still enjoy gathering older decimal coins regardless of condition. For them, a 1988 2p in rusty condition may hold small sentimental or educational value. Yet in terms of rarity, damaged coins do not increase in scarcity or market value. Instead, they usually become less desirable. Only error coins, uncirculated sets, or mint-sealed pieces from this year attract stronger collector attention. Rust or corrosion does not add rarity-only character, but it does reduce traditional market worth. When evaluating a rusty or heavily corroded 1988 2p coin, it's important to be realistic about its economic value. In most online auctions, marketplace listings, and collector forums, a standard 1988 2p in poor or rusty condition typically sells for $224,000, often as part of bulk lots rather than individually. If the rust is extreme or the coin is badly damaged, many sellers place it in mixed coin bundles where its individual value becomes even lower. However, a cleaner circulated example may sell slightly higher, around $123,000, especially when sold to hobby collectors outside the UK. Only pristine, uncirculated, or proof condition versions from sets can reach values of a few dollars, but these are not rusty and represent a completely different condition category. So for a rusty 1988 2p, the value remains modest, primarily sentimental or educational rather than financial. If you're starting a UK decimal coin collection, here are a few helpful tips. Avoid heavily damaged coins if your goal is long-term value. Collect coins in at least fine or very fine condition. Store your coins properly in dry albums or holders to prevent rust or bronze disease. Handle coins by the edges to minimize fingerprint oils that can speed up corrosion. Look for varieties, proofs, or error strikes, as these versions hold far better value than standard damaged coins. Buy from reputable sellers, especially when investing in higher-grade pieces. Use a magnifying glass to inspect the surface for die cracks, offset strikes, or planchette flaws. These are far more collectible than ordinary rust damage. The United Kingdom 2p 1988 coin may not be rare, and in rusty or damaged condition, its value remains low in the auction market. However, it still tells a story of decades of circulation, environmental exposure, and the evolving history of British currency. While it may not be a treasure worth hundreds, it still plays an important role in helping collectors understand coin grading, metal preservation, and the journey of everyday currency. Whether you collect for fun or investment, every coin has a lesson to offer, including a rusty 1988 2p. Next up, the United Kingdom, the 1994 2p piece. Although it may look like an ordinary copper coin you'd find in old change jars or tucked inside drawers, this specific issue has an interesting backstory, a place in British numismatic history, and a unique collector value even in fine circulated condition. In this video, we'll explore its origin, design, rarity factors, current market value in dollars, and tips for collectors who want to understand whether this coin is worth holding on to. Let's get started. The UK 2p coin was first introduced in 1971 during the decimalisation of British currency. The goal was to simplify the currency system and replace the old pound shillings pence structure with a fair, easy-to-use decimal format. By 1994, the coin had already undergone several years of circulation and design consistency, still featuring the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II by Raphael Maklouf. This portrait, which was used from 1985 to 1997, remains easily recognizable with its elegant detailing and iconic appearance. 1994 also falls within the era when the Royal Mint continued producing large quantities of 2p coins for daily use, but although the mintage numbers were high, most of these coins have long since succumbed to abrasion, corrosion, or loss. This makes finding clean, appealing circulated examples more meaningful for collectors. The 1994 2p coin preserves the classic design that many collectors appreciate. On the obverse, Queen Elizabeth II's right-facing portrait is surrounded by the inscription Elizabeth II D times G times Reg times F times D times 1994. The reverse displays the badge of the Prince of Wales, the plume of 3 ostrich feathers encircled by a coronet along with a ribbon bearing the motto ICHDN, meaning I serve. The denomination 2p is clearly struck beneath the emblem. Another distinct feature of this era is the coin's composition. The 1994 issue is made of bronze, which gives it the deep reddish-brown color that collectors admire. Earlier and later issues used different alloys, but the bronze coins stand out for their rich tone and heavier feel. In fine condition, the details on the feathers, coronet, and ribbon should remain visible with moderate wear, making the design both attractive and historically significant. Although the 1994 2p is not considered rare in the traditional sense, condition plays a major role in determining collector interest. Circulated bronze coins often develop dark spots, discoloration, or environmental wear, especially if stored improperly or exposed to moisture. Coins in fine condition, meaning lightly worn but still showing clear details, are relatively less common than heavily worn ones. Collectors who assemble year-by-year 2p sets often search for better preserved examples, which increases demand for fine, attractive pieces. Damaged or corroded coins have limited value, but they still attract beginner collectors or those completing low-budget collections. Because the Royal Mint produced millions of these coins, rarity is not based on mintage but on surviving conditions. Bronze coins from the 1990s often suffer from surface flaws, so finding one that remains visually pleasing without serious oxidation does place it above the average circulating example. Even though this coin is not a high-value rarity, it does have a modest collectible market. In fine condition, a typical 1994 UK 2p generally sells for around $433,000, depending on eye appeal, luster retention, and whether it has been preserved properly. Coins with slightly better than average surfaces, minimal spotting, and strong reverse details can reach the upper end of that range. Heavily damaged or scratched pieces may only be worth face value for sentimental or educational purposes. In auctions, buyers rarely compete aggressively for this date unless the coin is in uncirculated or near-mint condition, where prices can rise slightly higher. However, for a circulated fine condition coin, the value remains modest but stable, perfect for collectors who enjoy affordable British decimal pieces. If you're interested in collecting 2p coins from the modern era, here are a few helpful tips. Look for clean surfaces. Bronze coins stain easily, so prioritize examples without corrosion, pitting, or dark chemical spots. Store properly. Keep them in dry, airtight holders to prevent oxidation. Humidity is the biggest enemy of bronze coins. Avoid polishing. Cleaning can cause irreversible scratches and reduce collector value. Natural patina is preferred by serious collectors. Check the details. A fine-grade coin should retain visible facial features on the Queen's portrait and clear feather lines on the Prince of Wales badge. Consider full sets. Many collectors enjoy completing full-year runs of UK decimal coins, which makes even common dates like 1994 useful parts of a larger collection. Watch auction listings. Sometimes mixed lots contain better condition coins at very low prices, a great way to upgrade your collection cheaply. The 1994 United Kingdom 2p coin may seem like a simple piece of everyday currency, but it carries history, design beauty, and numismatic character. While not a rare or high-value coin, examples in fine condition remain desirable for collectors who appreciate bronze issues from the Elizabeth II era. Its modest market value makes it accessible for beginners, while its historical significance ensures it remains a meaningful addition to any British decimal collection. If you happen to have this coin in your change, now you know exactly what makes it special and how much it may be worth. Next up, the 1991 2-pence piece, specifically in very fine condition. While many people treat these coins as ordinary pocket change from the early 1990s, collectors know that certain features, design elements, and surviving conditions can make them surprisingly desirable. We'll explore its history, unique characteristics, rarity factors, market position, and the auction value it can achieve in US dollars. If you love British decimal coins or simply enjoy learning about the hidden worth of everyday currency, this video is for you. The 2-pence coin has been part of the UK's decimal system since 1971, when Britain shifted from the old pound-shillings pen system to a much more convenient decimal format. By 1991, the coin had already been circulating for 2 full decades, but its design and composition remained rooted in tradition. The 1991 issue still belonged to the Bronze era of the 2-pence coin. The Royal Mint continued using the highly recognizable portrait of Queen Elizabeth II by Raphael Maklouf, introduced in 1985 and used until 1997. This portrait shows the Queen wearing the George IV state diadem, a crown often worn during the state opening of Parliament. Its graceful detailing gave coins from this period a majestic and refined appearance. During the early 1990s, the UK was producing millions of lower denomination coins to meet daily transactional needs. However, the lifespan of bronze coins meant many 1991 pieces eventually suffered from circulation wear, corrosion, or loss. Today, finding well-preserved examples, especially in very fine condition, takes effort, making them attractive to collectors who value quality over quantity. The 1991 2-pence coin carries several distinctive features that collectors enjoy studying. On the obverse side, the coin features Queen Elizabeth II's third official portrait. The inscription Elizabeth II D times G times Reg times F times D times 1991 surrounds her profile, standing for Dei Gratia Regina Fide Defensor, by the grace of God, Queen, Defender of the Faith. On the reverse, we see one of the most iconic designs of British decimal coinage, the badge of the Prince of Wales. This includes 3 ostrich feathers emerging from a coronet, accompanied by a ribbon containing the motto ICHDN, German for I serve. The reverse designs from this era are known for strong, crisp details that can be clearly identified even after moderate circulation. In very fine condition, you can expect to see noticeable sharpness in the feathers, ribbon lines, and lettering. The coin is made of bronze, a copper-rich alloy that provides the deep reddish tone collectors love. This composition was used until 1992, after which the Royal Mint transitioned to copper-plated steel. This makes the 1991 issue one of the last classic bronze 2-pence coins, adding additional nostalgic and collectible value. While the 1991 2-pence does not qualify as a rare coin by mintage numbers alone, its rarity becomes more meaningful in terms of condition. Millions were struck, but only a small percentage survive today in very fine grade with clean details, sharp high points, and minimal circulation marks. Bronze coins are especially vulnerable to tarnishing, spotting, environmental oxidation, and edge wear. This means that heavily damaged examples are very common, and collectors are not usually willing to pay a premium for them. However, very fine coins represent a sweet spot. They maintain visible detail without requiring the perfection of uncirculated grades. They are affordable for new collectors, yet attractive enough to complete a quality year-by-year decimal collection. Demand for this coin is stronger among collectors who focus on completing the full series of Elizabeth II decimal coinage. Even though the coin may seem ordinary, its aesthetic charm, historical relevance, and bronze composition keep it relevant on the market. So, how much is a 1991 UK 2-pence in very fine condition worth today? While not a high-value rarity, it does have a modest and steady market and typical collector exchanges. A very fine 1991 2-pence generally sells in the range of $214,000, depending on the sharpness of the design, surface quality, and overall eye appeal. Coins with particularly clean surfaces or lightly toned bronze can reach the upper end of this range. Meanwhile, damaged, heavily worn, or corroded examples rarely exceed face value, even in auctions. Online listings, small auctions, and mixed coin lots occasionally show these coins selling for slightly higher prices when bidders are assembling a complete decimal collection. While the coin won't bring in large profits, it remains a pleasant and meaningful collectible for entry-level numismatists. If you're interested in collecting the 1991 2-pence or building a full set of UK decimal bronze coins, here are some helpful tips. Check the surfaces carefully. Look for coins that have even color and minimal spotting. Bronze tends to react quickly to environmental exposure. Look for strong details. In very fine condition, the Queen's hairlines and the feathers on the Prince of Wales badge should remain visible and distinct. Avoid cleaning the coin. Cleaning bronze can scratch the surface and remove natural patina, which collectors prefer to keep. Store your coins properly. Use airtight holders or coin flips to prevent moisture from causing further oxidation. Learn the grading scale. Understanding what separates fine from very fine or extremely fine conditions will help you choose quality coins. Buy from reputable sellers. Whether purchasing online or from a local dealer, make sure the coin's grade matches the seller's description. The 1991 United Kingdom 2 pence coin in very fine condition may look like an average piece of currency, but it carries a rich story, classic design, and historical charm. While not rare in the traditional sense, its condition-based appeal keeps it relevant among collectors who appreciate the early years of decimal coinage. With a modest but steady market value, it remains an accessible collectible that adds depth and history to any British coin collection. Whether you're beginning your numismatic journey or expanding an existing set, the 1991 2 pence is a piece worth holding on to. Next up, the United Kingdom 2 pence coin from 1980, particularly in worn condition. While it may seem like just another coin from everyday circulation, there's more to this piece than meets the eye. Collectors worldwide are intrigued by its historical significance, design features, and potential auction value. In this video, we'll explore everything from its background and unique traits to its rarity in worn condition and tips for collectors who want to maximize their collection's potential. The United Kingdom 2 pence coin was first introduced in 1971 as part of the decimalisation of British currency, a significant shift from the old pounds, shillings, and pence system. The 1982 pence coin was struck at the Royal Mint in London and features the standard design that was consistent throughout this period. The coin was primarily used in everyday transactions, making it a common sight in pockets and purses across the UK during the 1980s. Despite its common circulation, it holds historical importance as part of the decimal coinage series, which marked a pivotal era in British monetary history. The 1982 pence coin has several distinctive characteristics. On the obverse, it features the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Arnold Machin, which was used from 1968 to 1984. The reverse showcases the badge of the Prince of Wales, including a plume of feathers emerging from a coronet, accompanied by the motto ICHDN, meaning I serve in German. One of the subtle but significant aspects collectors notice is the coin's weight and diameter, slightly different from later issues, which can help in identifying authentic 1980 coins. Additionally, worn coins often display unique patterns of wear, giving each piece a character that even some mint condition coins cannot match. You might assume that a coin in worn condition holds little value, but the 1982 pence coin tells a different story. While millions were minted, finding a coin that has survived in recognizable form after decades of circulation can be surprisingly challenging. Coins that show the right amount of wear while retaining identifiable features are of particular interest to collectors who specialize in circulated coins. These worn coins offer a tangible link to the everyday life of the past, adding historical appeal. Collectors are increasingly seeking coins like the 1982 pence in worn condition for their collections, as they provide a more authentic snapshot of history compared to pristine examples straight from the mint. In terms of market value, a worn 1982 pence coin is generally affordable but can vary depending on the degree of wear and its specific characteristics. As of recent auction data, a circulated 1982 pence typically sells for around $321,000. However, coins with unusual wear patterns, minor minting errors, or other anomalies can attract higher bids, sometimes reaching $113,000 or more. While it may not rival rare gold coins or limited mintage editions, the 1982 pence offers a wonderful entry point for collectors looking to explore British decimal coinage without a significant investment. For those looking to add the 1982 pence to their collection, here are a few tips. Check condition carefully. Even worn coins can vary in appeal. Look for coins that retain clear features like the Queen's portrait or the Prince of Wales plume. Consider provenance. Coins from private collections or auctions may have documentation that can increase their value and authenticity. Look for variants. Subtle differences in strike or errors can make even worn coins more desirable. These include slight misalignments, double strikes, or unusual wear patterns. Handle with care. Even though it's a circulated coin, maintaining its current state without further damage is essential for preserving its collectible value. The United Kingdom 2 pence coin from 1980, even in worn condition, is more than just loose change. It represents a key period in British monetary history, showcases intricate design elements, and has a unique appeal for collectors interested in circulated coins. While not the most expensive coin in the market, its accessibility and historical significance make it a rewarding addition to any collection. Whether you're a seasoned numismatist or a casual collector, Keeping an eye on these coins can offer both enjoyment and potential value growth over time. Next up, the United Kingdom, the 1992 pence piece in fine condition. While it may seem like an ordinary coin at first glance, collectors know that even coins that appear modest can hold fascinating historical significance and surprising market value. In this video, we will explore the history, unique features, rarity, current auction values in dollars, and valuable tips for collectors who want to add this coin to their collection. The United Kingdom 2 pence coin has a rich history dating back to its introduction in 1971, during the decimalisation of British currency. Decimalisation simplified the UK currency system, replacing the old pounds, shillings, and pence with a straightforward decimal system. The 2 pence coin quickly became a staple of everyday transactions. The 1990 issue, minted under Queen Elizabeth II, was part of the long-running series that featured the portrait of the Queen on the obverse and the iconic badge of the Prince of Wales plume on the reverse. This design reflected the pride and tradition of British heritage while remaining a functional coin for daily use. Unlike commemorative or limited-run coins, the 1992 pence was a standard circulation coin, but its age, condition, and subtle production variations have made certain specimens highly sought after by collectors today. Although the 1992 pence might seem standard, several features make it stand out for collectors. First, the metal composition consists primarily of bronze, which gives it a characteristic reddish-brown color. Coins from this era were minted with precise craftsmanship, and subtle differences in striking and die alignment can create small variations that significantly increase collector interest. The Queen's portrait on the obverse, sculpted by Raphael Maklouf, is particularly admired for its detailed design and elegance. The reverse features the beautifully intertwined feathers of the Prince of Wales, accompanied by a coronet and the motto ICHDN, meaning I serve. For collectors, coins in fine condition exhibit clear, well-defined details of these designs, making them visually appealing and historically valuable. Interestingly, while the 1992 pence coin is not extremely rare in circulation, certain conditions can drastically affect its value. Coins that have survived decades without excessive wear are far less common, making fine-condition specimens highly desirable. Even coins with minor damage or signs of wear can be collectible if they display unique striking errors or other anomalies, such as off-center strikes, double dies, or unusual toning. Collectors often search for these subtle variations, as they can add a layer of rarity that goes beyond simple age or year of minting. In damaged or circulated condition, the coin might still attract interest due to its historical significance, but its market value typically remains lower than well-preserved examples as of today. The market value of a 1990 United Kingdom 2 pence coin in fine condition can range from approximately $433,000, depending on the coin's exact condition, grading, and any minor errors that may be present. Coins that are exceptionally well-preserved, graded by professional organizations, or featuring rare variations can command prices higher than this range, sometimes reaching $123,000 in specialty auctions. Auction sites and numismatic marketplaces frequently list these coins, and savvy collectors can take advantage of trends and scarcity to secure a valuable addition to their collections. The key is to carefully assess the coin's condition and authenticity before purchasing or selling. If you are considering collecting the 1992 pence coin, here are a few practical tips. Coins in fine or higher condition are more desirable. Pay attention to wear on high points like the Queen's portrait or the feathers of the Prince of Wales. Look for subtle minting errors or unusual features, as these can increase the coin's value. Authenticate your coin. Ensure your coin is genuine, especially if purchasing online. Professional grading services can provide certificates of authenticity. Store coins in a cool, dry place, preferably in coin holders or albums that prevent scratches and tarnishing. Market research. Track auction trends and sales history to understand current demand and pricing. Being informed helps avoid overpaying or underselling. The United Kingdom 2 pence coin from 1990 in fine condition may appear simple at first, but it holds a fascinating combination of history, artistry, and collector appeal. From its role in decimalised Britain to its carefully crafted design, this coin represents more than currency, it's a piece of heritage. For collectors, understanding its rarity, condition, and market value in dollars is essential to making informed decisions. Whether you are a seasoned numismatist or a beginner looking to start your collection, the 1992 pence coin is a small but meaningful addition that can enrich your collection and appreciation for British coinage. Next up, the United Kingdom 2 pence 2004, especially when found in dirty or heavily circulated condition. While it may seem like a common, low-value coin at first glance, there are still interesting aspects about its history, its place in British coinage, and how even a worn or dirty example can hold modest value in the niche collector and auction market. Let's explore everything you need to know about this 2004 2p coin. The United Kingdom introduced the decimal 2 pence coin in 1971 as part of the major transition from pre-decimal to decimal currency. Early versions carried the new pence inscription, but by 1982 the wording was changed simply to 2 pence, a format used on the 2004 issue. By 2004, the Royal Mint had already produced hundreds of millions of 2p coins, making the denomination a staple of daily transactions across the UK. The 2004 2p coin was struck in bronze-plated steel, a composition adopted after 1992. This change created a magnetic 2p coin, helping differentiate modern coins from earlier bronze versions. Although these coins were produced in large numbers, every year of minting forms its own collecting category, making 2004 an identifiable year in UK coinage history. The 2004 2 pence coin retains the classic badge of the Prince of Wales design, a plume of 3 ostrich feathers encircled by a coronet with the motto ICHDN, meaning I serve. Around the central design is the denomination 2 pence. On the obverse is the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, specifically the 4th portrait by Ian Rank Broadley, used from 1998 to 2015. This portrait is instantly recognizable due to its stronger detail and a more mature representation of the Queen. Because 2004 coins were made from steel plated with copper, they tend to rust or discolor when exposed to moisture or harsh environments. This results in the dirty, brownish, or darkened appearance many people find in circulation today. In terms of rarity, the 2004 2p coin is not considered rare, as the Royal Mint produced a very large quantity for circulation. However, collectors sometimes seek specific years to complete sets, and 2004 is included in that timeline. Coins in dirty, stained, or corroded condition do not attract strong collector demand. Most collectors prefer uncirculated, shiny, or lightly circulated examples. A dirty or heavily worn coin is usually classified as low-grade and mostly valued for curiosity or completion purposes. However, there is still mild interest in circulated examples when sold in bulk lots, novelty collections, educational packs, or when buyers simply need the date to fill an album slot. Such coins occasionally appear on low-value online auctions, and in general, a dirty or heavily circulated 2004 2 pence coin does not carry high monetary value. On auction sites and online marketplaces, the typical selling price ranges around $223,000 for a single dirty example, $122,000 when included in a mixed-date lot of British coins, higher only if paired with rare error coins, though standard 2004 2p coins rarely show valuable mint errors even in poor condition. Some buyers may bid out of interest or as part of a starter collection. Still, the market value remains modest and mostly symbolic rather than profitable. For anyone collecting or selling the 2004 2 pence coin, here are some helpful tips. Avoid cleaning the coin. Cleaning can damage the surface and reduce collector interest. Even if the coin is dirty, it's better to leave it untouched. Check for errors. Look for misstrikes, off-center strikes, doubled lettering, or unusual metal flaws. Genuine errors can significantly raise value. Store properly. Keep the coin in a dry, coin-safe holder to prevent further discoloration or rust. Complete sets. If you want value, assemble full-year sets from 1971 to present. Full sets attract more buyers than single circulated coins. Use online auctions. Platforms like eBay or coin collecting forums often help reach international buyers who collect worldwide coinage. The United Kingdom 2 pence 2004 coin may not be rare or highly valuable, especially in dirty or heavily circulated condition, but it still remains a fascinating part of British numismatic history. It reflects the evolution of UK currency, the durable copper-plated steel era, and carries the timeless portrait of Queen Elizabeth II. While its auction price stays low, it offers sentimental, educational, and collectible appeal for beginners and enthusiasts alike. Whether you're building a set or simply learning about everyday coins, this 2004 2p piece has its own small but meaningful place in the world of coin collecting. Next up, the United Kingdom 2 pence coin from 1971, specifically in circulated fine condition. This coin is more than just a piece of metal. It's a window into the decimalisation era of Britain, a symbol of change, and a collectible that continues to capture the interest of both casual collectors and serious numismatists. In this video, we'll explore the history behind this coin, its unique features, the rarity of finding it even in circulated condition, its current auction market value in dollars, and essential tips for collectors looking to add it to their collection. So, grab a cup of tea, sit back, and let's explore this tiny but historically significant coin. The year 1971 marked a major turning point in British monetary history with the decimalisation of the currency. On February 15, 1971, the United Kingdom officially switched from the old pounds, shillings, and pence system to a decimal currency system, making £1 equal to 100 new pence. The 2 pence coin was introduced as part of this new system. The 1971 2 pence coin was minted in bronze and featured a design by the renowned artist Christopher Ironside. It was part of the very first batch of decimal coins, making it historically significant. The reverse side of the coin displayed the iconic depiction of the badge of the Prince of Wales, featuring the plume of 3 ostrich feathers, a coronet, and a ribbon bearing the motto Ich den I serve. The obverse side featured the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Arnold Machin, which was standard for all decimal coinage at the time. Because this was the very first year of decimal coinage, the 1971 2p coin holds a special place in the hearts of collectors. Even in circulated condition, it represents a key moment in British monetary history. The 1971 2p coin is notable for several features. Firstly, it was struck in bronze, giving it a rich reddish-brown hue that distinguishes it from later issues that shifted to copper-plated steel. Secondly, the detailed design of the Prince of Wales's feathers is intricate and striking, making it instantly recognizable to collectors. Another unique feature is the coin size and weight. It measures 25.9 mm in diameter and weighs 7.12 grams. While this may not seem remarkable at first glance, the combination of its historical significance, design quality, and original metal composition makes it a valuable addition to any collection. Collectors often look for coins with sharp details and minimal wear, even if they are circulated. You might assume that a circulated coin wouldn't be rare, but the 1971 2p in fine circulated condition has its own appeal. Because it was minted in large numbers, coins in heavily worn or damaged condition are relatively common. However, finding one in fine condition, where the design details are still clearly visible and the wear is moderate, is increasingly difficult, especially as collectors have sought to preserve early decimal coins over the decades. Collectors value these coins not just for their face value but for their historical context. The fact that the coin has survived over 50 years, retaining visible detail despite circulation, increases its appeal. Even in circulated condition, these coins are often sought after by those looking to complete a full set of first-year decimal coins. So, what is the 1971 2p coin worth today? For a circulated coin in fine condition, the value generally ranges between $424,000, depending on the seller and auction platform. Coins with slightly better preservation or more vivid coloration can fetch higher prices, occasionally reaching $121,000 for particularly attractive specimens, and in the auction market, prices fluctuate based on demand, rarity, and condition. Coins that are graded higher, even if lightly circulated, often see more competitive bidding, especially from collectors who are focused on early decimal coinage. While not astronomically valuable, the coin's historical significance and appeal among collectors maintain steady demand. If you're considering adding a 1971 2p coin to your collection, here are some tips to keep in mind. Condition matters. Even slight differences in wear can affect value. Look for coins where the details of the Prince of Wales's feathers and Queen Elizabeth II's portrait are still clear. Check for patina. Natural bronze coins develop a patina over time. While some collectors prefer a shiny coin, a natural, even patina can enhance the coin's authenticity and charm. Avoid cleaning. Cleaning circulated coins can significantly reduce their value. Gentle handling and storage in a protective case are recommended. Compare prices. Research auction results and coin dealers' listings to understand current market trends. Prices can vary based on location and demand. Consider sets. Many collectors prefer to collect the entire first-year decimal coin series. Adding the 2p coin to a full set can increase its appeal and long-term value. In summary, the United Kingdom 2p 1971 in circulated fine condition is more than just a coin, it's a piece of history. As one of the first coins minted during the decimalization of British currency, it carries both historical and collectible significance. While its monetary value may seem modest in today's auction market, its rarity in fine condition and demand among collectors make it a fascinating addition to any collection. Whether you're a seasoned collector or a newcomer to coin collecting, the 1971 2p coin is a perfect example of how even everyday currency can become a treasured historical artifact. If you own one, treat it with care, and if you're thinking of buying one, take the time to find a specimen with the best condition possible. Every coin tells a story, and the 1971 2p coin tells the story of Britain's bold leap into decimal currency, a story worth holding on to. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment below if you've ever found a 2005 2p coin. Share your story and let's see who has the most interesting find.